Hey, so today I had to escape into my backyard, but I'm going to bring you my picks for my first grade curriculum. Hey mamas, welcome to my home or my backyard. So today I am sharing my first grade picks for my first grader who is my sparkly child. So this is my middle child that I am homeschooling at home. This is going into our second year and she is in first grade. We started with Easy Peasy Homeschool, and you can find them on allinoneHomeschool.com, and I'll link that down below. But this is a free curriculum. With us being new homeschoolers, this is kind of where I started. So I purchased the workbook that goes along with all of the free curriculum. You don't necessarily have to purchase it, but it wasn't really expensive to do. And what I found with Easy Peasy is that we're still using this, but we needed some supplements because this is a lot of sight word reading, learning sight words. But what I realized really quickly with my daughter is that she needed some more work on phonics because she was having trouble just identifying sounds. So we also picked up the good old Hooks on Phonics. So even though she is my first grader, I do have the first grade version of this, but we started with kindergarten. So my kindergartner, I actually have a kindergartner too. So she and my kindergartner are both doing this and it's tried and true. I don't have any complaints about it. This is the version with the disc, but it right now is working for both of them. My first grader is moving through it faster than my kindergartner, which is okay because once she's finished with this, we'll just go into the first grade version of this and I will continue to use this for my kindergartner. But Hooked on Phonics works for us. The other thing that we are using for phonics is that I found this. Now this is Get Ready for the Code, and so this is really for kind of your kindergarten, preschool basics, and then you go into the Explode the Code, which you know, starts, and I think they have different levels, but we started with this because again, I'm not in any rush to have her reading. I just want her to have a good foundation when she starts. So I am actually again doing this with both my kindergartner and my first grader. So we have done A, B, and we will start C soon. And then after that, we will go from this version to the Explode the Code series. So this is really simple. I'm loving this, but this is what we're also using for phonics. So one of the resources that we got from Teachers Pay Teachers is this sight words list. Now I printed these off. All I did was laminated them. I put them on some colorful paper and cut them and laminated them and then just put a little ring. But this is about every couple of weeks or so she gets a new set of these words and we just go through the flashcards and there are sentences below. This is created by the Mammoth girls, and so there are a set of, I want to say 200 words, sight words, that are really common words that every kindergartner should know. But again, for my first grader, this is working as a foundation. So she's moving through these pretty quickly. What we'll probably do is do some more sight word cards at the beginning of the second half of this year because she's moving through these pretty quickly. The other thing, again, these are just print offs from Teachers Pay Teachers, and this is the Mammoth girls. This set is called Simple Sentences Set 1, and this is a no prep packet. So these packets actually go along with the sight words that we're using, and then there's just different activities. So like in this one, and I don't do anything fancy, literally I just print this off. I use a paper clip, and as I go throughout, as I'm planning my week, all I do is I just put one worksheet in her folder for each day. And what I'll probably do, if you're interested and would like to know how I plan out my week for my children, just put that in the comments below, and I will share how I plan out weekly for my children's lessons and what they have to do. But these sheets are different activities. So this one, she cuts and pastes, reads. She has to match that, the picture with the sentence below. There's another one. Again, she is my artistic child. So this one, she has to read the sentence and draw. Really, really good, simple activities that continues to get her to read. And then there's also paragraphs in here, little stories. I put one every day that she has to read, and it just reinforces the words that she's currently learning. So that is my reading curriculum. The other thing that I do, because I'm not really right now stressing handwriting for her, she does write, and I correct her writing as she goes, but because I'm so heavy into reading and phonics and sight words, I did not want to overwhelm her. Again, this is my child that you know, is sparkly and with lots of energy, so I try to keep the lessons really short. So another thing that we have is this sight words book, 100 Write and Learn sight word practices. So this also helps with her handwriting. So we do, you know, practice handwriting as she is learning her sight words, and that's right now our handwriting practice that we are doing. So the next thing that we have that we are going to be starting is our language lessons for a living education. And so this is going to be when we complete our phonics in December. We will start this in January, and this is by Master Books, and I am currently using language lessons for a living education for my 4th grader. So I'm really pleased with how it works. I think that this is going to be a good fit, but this is supposed to, it can be used as a half-year curriculum. So I am hoping that we will be able to get through this book by the end of the year for her 1st grade year. So we will be doing language arts beginning in January. So after the holidays, we will start that. But this is going to be our language arts that we're diving into. So in addition to the phonics that we're doing, the sight words that we're doing, we are also just reading. So I just have purchased a bunch of these books for my 1st grader just to have her read. They are a combination of level 1 and level 2 books, so they're easy sight word books for her to read. One of the things that I definitely want to do is build her confidence. So I went on bookoutlet.com and got most of these probably for a couple of dollars. Very, very inexpensive. But I wanted to stack her library, so she has a ton of these. But I did want to say that this is a huge part of our curriculum, and it's not anything really structured beyond she's just reading. So that is something that I am incorporating into our weekly and daily work with her. Okay, so let's talk math. So if you've looked at my 4th graders curriculum overview, you know that we do Math Mammoth by Maria Miller. I love Math Mammoth. Like, I really honestly do. It is very straightforward, to the point. It is a mastery based program. I think that I'm actually going to do a full review of Math Mammoth, but I love the way that this is structured. We use some other online math programs and looked at some other things with a whole bunch of manipulatives, and that did not work for us. This is very straight and to the point. Takes her about 10 to 15 minutes to complete, and then we're done. But I'm very satisfied with the way she is learning and her retention of what she has learned. So she actually flies through her math work every day, and feel pretty good on how we're getting through it. So this is probably our easiest subject that we do by far. We also use BrainQuest. So I did find BrainQuest last year in our 1st year of homeschooling, and I just love the worksheets in here. This is something that we supplement with. So there are some things, because we're not really heavy for her into science and social studies right now. We do a unit study, which I'll share in a little bit. But because we're not really heavy into that as a curriculum, this allows us to kind of hit on some of those topics without having a full curriculum. Now, as a unit study, my family, all three of my children, my fourth grader, my first grader, and my kindergartner, we all do gather round homeschool. Right now, we're working on North American birds. This is a unit study. We do not use it as a full curriculum. We use it simply as an add-on to our already existing curriculum that we have, but it is a really good fit for our family the way that we use it. We talk about things I would have never thought to talk about birds with my kids because I don't know anything about birds. So this has given us some really good conversation. We've read some of the suggested read alouds that go with this particular unit study, and my kids have enjoyed it. So listen, Mama, I'm so glad that you joined me in my backyard to learn more about my curriculum picks for my first grader. Please, if you like the kind of information that I'm sharing, I need you to like this video, subscribe below, and comment. Tell me, what are some curriculum choices that you've made for your first grader? All right, well, I will see you on the next video. Until then, Mama, have a good one.